So now that we have our newly geocoded images, we can move on to step 3, and that's either to create new versions of the files and actually write the information away to the EXIF data within the files themselves. We can show them in Google Earth, or we can publish to Flickr. The first option, if we can just click on this item here, and all these different pieces of metadata will be written away into new versions of the files. So if we just say OK, where do we want to save them? Well, let's say we want them in our pictures directory and save them as HoudahGeo. And there we go, there's our new folder with our 4 new images with the location data embedded within them. The next option is to actually show them in Google Earth. So let's just click on the Google Earth icon. Now this is actually going to export them to Google Earth so that, well, this is one of the really cool things in that you can create this thing called a KMZ file from your photos and then send that to somebody. So let's just say OK. And now if we go across to Google Earth, you'll see that if I open this Places option, we have the 4 images here that we've just uploaded. Under Temporary Places, HoudahGeo Images. If I just click on these images, there we go. You'll see that's obviously the Golden Gate Bridge, that's the Petrin Tower, that's our Manchester Trafford Centre, and there's the Moscone. So they're the 4 images. Now the really cool thing is now if I right-click on images and say email, basically what will happen is that this KMZ file will be created, which you can then send to somebody. So if I just, well actually I'll send it to myself. So this is the email that the person you've sent the details off to will receive. Now they will need to have a Google Earth installed on their Mac or PC, but there is a link within the email itself to actually get Google Earth. And attached to the email is an images.kmz file. Now when you double click on that KMZ file, that will automatically load Google Earth. Now to make the sort of slideshow appear better, if you go into Google Earth and go to Preferences, there's an option here for touring, so you just want to play around with these fly to speeds and tour speeds, but also show balloon when tour is paused, and that way we'll see the photos automatically. So when you're happy with that, if you just, well, it's already highlighted the KMZ file. If we just click on the play button and then sit back and watch the tour. So Google Earth will take us to the first location, which is San Francisco by the Golden Gate, and then pop open the photo for us. A slight delay, and then off to the next location. So that's into Prague. And again, pop open the photo. And again, this is all hands off. This is completely automatic. So it's quite easy to just sit back and watch it all happen. And this is the iPhone launch in the UK, by the way. And now back over to San Francisco, and then over to the Moscone Centre. Okay, and then we'll stop the tour at that point. So that's uploading your photos to Google Earth and sharing it via email. Now, another option is to publish to Flickr. So let's have a look at publishing your geotagged photos to Flickr.